What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be choosing my January TBR, and in order for me to choose my TBR, I usually use my game of bookish cards, which you can also buy on Etsy if you would like to do the same thing that I do. My goal for January is to read off of my shelf. I actually reorganized my shelf and I have three-ish shelves that are books that are my TBR that I have not read yet. These ones down here are like pregnancy, baby books and stuff, so we're not gonna talk about those. But I have my draw cards, and I just am doing my reading to zero or from my shelf cards because that is my priority. The only book that I'm probably going to be reading from the library this month is the buddy read from Patreon, which is The Rewind. I'm really excited about this because it does feel very like January New Year's Eve-esque. The synopsis for this is two exes wake up together with wedding bands on their fingers and no idea how they got there. They have just one New Year's Eve at the end of 1999 to figure it out in this big-hearted and nostalgic rom-com. So that'll be interesting. That's the only book that I have plans on getting at the library because I do want to read books from my shelf. I believe I have 55 books. I wrote them all down on a list because I like to read from my TBR, and my goal every year is to at least read everything that I own, at least once. I add to it, that's okay, but I need to read the old stuff, you know? All right, so let's get this started. We've got draw 5 cards, look at them, put them face down, shuffle, and pick one. Okay, so 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm allowed to look at them, but then we have to shuffle them and pick blind. The 9th book on my shelf, the prettiest cover, the oldest published on my shelf, read a book that matches your favorite bookmark, and let Graham choose between 3 books. Okay, so we're going to shuffle these. I'll just do it here since I don't have to move my camera then. Okay, should I fan them out to you guys? That would be kind of fun, and I won't look. Okay, so they're like this. All right, I'm gonna pick this one. Read a book that matches your favorite bookmark. Okay, right now, I think my favorite bookmark is this one. This one was my November Patreon bookmark that my patrons got. So we're gonna find a book that matches this. I mean, this is it's just beautiful. It has like dark green, navy-ish, and pink on it. Pink, I don't think I really have a pink book. I mean, that kind of, I don't know if you can see. This is Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I don't think that really goes. Okay, this one, it doesn't necessarily match the colors, but the vibe. Like, this looks very hippie-esque, and I feel like this also, don't you think? I feel like this matches the vibe, so this is a good contender. We're gonna put that there, and I'm gonna look a little bit more. I feel like all of those don't really match. Be more greenish. I mean, that kind of matches a little bit from a color perspective. This is still a little bit more green though. And this seems almost too green. A little bit. I don't know, I think I'm gonna go with the hippie vibe because I really think, oh, and that's the back of it. Okay, we're sold. Done deal. This is the one that matches the bookmark because it matches the color of this and the vibe of this. This is Heard It in a Love Song, and I believe that this is about a like 30-year-old couple getting divorced. Layla is 35 and recently divorced. Her glory days as the lead singer in a band and a 10-year marriage to a man who never put her first. And I think she meets this single dad. And it is one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. Like always, I forgot to pick how many books that we're gonna do. I think that we should pick 5 books. I actually wanted to cut down a little bit on how many books my TBR game picks, just so that way I can sometimes have some mood reading in. That might change throughout the year, it just depends. Plus, with me having a baby in a few months, I just wanna make sure that I don't fall into a rut. I'm gonna do 5, so that was 1. All right, next draw card here. So we've got Draw from the top. So we're just drawing from the top. A book with a matte cover. That is shiny. You see that? So like that can't count. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. That is matte. Let me think about what I actually really want to read, and we'll figure out if that's a matte cover. How about that? So I do really want to read this. Ooh, this is it. This is Twice in a Lifetime. This has a matte cover. I got this from Aardvark, which is very similar to Book of the Month. So they have, you know, like 5 choices every single month and you get to pick those. I got this one and I got Aesthetica from them. Those were the December choices. It's not January 1st yet, so I've not seen the January choices, but I will be probably getting one if it looks good. All right, this one said it was for readers that liked Una Out of Order, which I loved Una Out of Order. It's about this girl who, I guess someone texts her and says, hey, I'm your husband. And she's like, what are you even talking about? And he's like, yeah, this is a photo of us getting married, and like sends her a photo. And she's like, what is happening to my life right now? So that sounds amazing. I cannot wait to read this. And again, the cover, stunning. Oh, draw from the top again. Okay. The smallest book on your shelf. Okay. So let's look at page numbers here. This one's pretty small. 162 is this one. Nope, that's definitely higher. Nope, that's higher. How small is this one? Not close, but still higher. Nope, way bigger. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is it. Oh, what about Freddie Mercury? Yeah, this one's still, okay. So, shortest book on my shelf. I actually just got this for Christmas from my friend Tyra. We need to do something, and this is about a family on the verge of self-destruction find themselves isolated in their bathroom during a tornado warning. That sounds amazing. Okay, so that's 3 books. Here we go. Draw from the bottom. Pretty sure I put, maybe I should shuffle quick because I put those other ones I had looked at on the bottom. I forgot I had draw from the bottom. Okay, so I just shuffled. Okay, from the bottom. Read a book with the as the first word in the title. Okay, so we've got The Ghostwriter. We've got The Great Alone, but I don't feel like I have a lot of thrillers on here, so I don't know if I want to add a big chunky historical fiction. I don't know, I should probably look at some thrillers. I have The World in Flames. This is a black boyhood in a white supremacist doomsday cult. That might be a memoir. Yeah, that's a memoir. I have The Collective. Oh, maybe I should read this. Okay, that's a good contender. I have The Favor, but I don't think I want to read that. Like a true crime, which is The Last Victim. I also have The Prisoner. Okay, that's a good contender too. And then I have The Wife Before. I have The Secret Mother. I have The Better Choice, but that's romance, and I feel like I already have kind of a lot of romance. I have The Third Mrs. Durst. Someone told me that this is very comparable to Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris, which I love. I kind of really want to read this. I think this is gonna be it, actually. I think that's, oh, yeah. Oh, and then I have The Lost Girls of Willowbrook, which Lena's gonna kill me for not picking this one. I know everyone says really good things about The Collective, and I'm not really sure if I'm ready for The Prisoner because I was a huge fan of B.A. Paris. I love Behind Closed Doors, but then I kept reading every single book of theirs and it just kept going more downhill. So it's like Behind Closed Doors was 5 stars. The next one was The Breakdown, which I think I gave 4. Bring Me Back, I gave 3. And then I didn't even read The Dilemma. And what was the other one? Oh, and The Therapist. I didn't read either of those, but I was gonna try out The Prisoner. But this one is about a husband and wife, and the husband controls her every move. What she wears, the food she eats, and the friends she's allowed to make. If she disobeys, there are consequences, and he has all the power. This is it, going with this. All right, one more. Draw from the top, again, okay? Most recent release. Oh, well, I think I could read The Prisoner then. So for those, I could definitely do Aesthetica because I'm pretty sure that that just released. But I could also do The Prisoner, but I could also do Your Table is Ready. This I think is a memoir, yeah. And I don't technically have any of those on my list. From the glamorous to the entitled, from royalty to the financially ruined, everyone who wanted to be seen or just to gawk at the hottest restaurants in New York came to places Michael helped run. He breaks down how restaurants really run and don't, and how the economics work for owners and overworked staff alike. The professionals who gravitate to the business are a special tougher breed. I did work in food like my whole entire life. Let's round out my TBR. We're gonna put this one on there. Okay, so these are the 5 books that I'm gonna be reading in January. So we have Your Table is Ready. This is a memoir. We have Heard It in a Love Song, which I believe is kind of technically a romance. We have Twice in a Lifetime, which is more, I mean, it's romance, but I think it's also like time travel-ish. We have We Need to Do Something, which I guess is technically horror. I guess that's what it falls into. And then we have The Third Mrs. Durst, which is technically thriller, domestic thriller. And then of course, the Rewind for the buddy read and anything else that I feel like I want to read. Hopefully I have a good reading month, but that's why I'm not gonna overwhelm myself. For February, I'm definitely gonna go back to my original like TBR card game version. I just really wanted to read from my shelf this month, so that's why I picked just the reading to 0 cards. But that's what's great about my game, is that it's so like build, you know, build how you want to read-esque. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in another video soon. Bye everyone.